something good happens. The thing you used to love, and inside, nothing moves, like someone reached in and turned the volume down on the whole world. That flat, hollow nothing isn't a broken personality. It's a reward system that's pulled the power down to save what's left. There's a name for it, and a wiring diagram. You're not lazy, you're not cold, you're not over your own life. The battery ran low, and the system did something ancient and protective. Let's open it up. Today, what that emptiness actually is, why your brain dims it on purpose, the proof you're not broken, and the honest part about when it's time to ask for help. Let's be honest about it first, because naming it right is half the relief. It isn't dramatic sadness. It's quieter than that. A song you used to feel in your chest, now just sound. A friend's good news, a plate of your favorite food, a win you'd have celebrated last year. They land, you register them, and then, flat. You go through the motions and wait to feel something that doesn't come. And the cruel twist, you start judging yourself for it. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just enjoy things? That self-blame is the part we're going to take apart because it's aimed at the wrong target. Here's the first thing to know, and it changes everything. That emptiness has an address in the brain. It lives in your reward circuit, the wiring that decides how much a good thing actually lands. Picture a small crew deep in your head whose only job is to light up when something good happens. Normally, they flash bright. Yes, this matters. Do more of this. That flash is what we feel as interest, pleasure, pull. When you feel empty, that crew isn't gone. They're not fired. They're just running on a brownout. The lights dimmed way down. Doctors have a name for the dimmed version, anhedonia. The fading of interest and pleasure. And it splits in two. There's the I don't even want to, the not reaching for things, and the I did it, but it didn't feel like anything, the doing without the payoff. Two different dimmer switches, one quiet room. And here's the part that should take the blame off you. This dimming is measurable. It shows up on a brain scanner. Researchers watched the brain's reward center while people were offered a reward. In those feeling the emptiness, the center lit up weaker than in everyone else. And the flatter the response, the deeper the emptiness ran. Sit with that for a second. The thing you've been calling a character flaw is a signal an instrument can read, not you're weak, a circuit turned down. You can't will a dimmer switch brighter by hating yourself. So if you take one thing from these first minutes, take this. The flatness is not proof you've stopped caring. It's proof the system that does the caring is low on power. Breathe. That distinction matters. Now the obvious question, why would the lights dim in the first place? And this is where it stops being mysterious. The dimmer doesn't trip for no reason. It trips under load. Think of it like a phone that's been running too many apps for too long, with no chance to charge. Chronic stress, exhaustion, too much for too long, and the brain quietly turns down the reward circuit to conserve. That little messenger that drives wanting and motivation gets blunted under long stress. Quick note so nobody oversells it. It runs your go-get-it, your drive, more than the pleasure itself. So the engine of wanting goes quiet first. And that's why the emptiness feels so total. It's not one feeling switched off. It's the whole reach for things and enjoy them machine idling low to save fuel. The lights didn't break. They got dimmed to survive. This is the leading explanation, not a hunch. Chronic stress reshapes that reward circuit. It lowers the activity of the very cells that drive the wanting signal, and the pleasure goes flat downstream. So the picture sharpens. You didn't lose your ability to feel. You ran a system into the ground, and it pulled its own power down. The emptiness isn't who you became, it's a reading on a low gauge. And here's the turn that flips this whole thing on its head. That dimming you've been fighting, it didn't show up to ruin you. In its origin, it's a feature, a very old protective one. When a body is depleted, pulling back, less wanting, less chasing, less spending energy on the outside world, can preserve resources for healing. The withdrawal isn't the malfunction. It's the system rationing fuel to recover. Read that again, because it's the heart of this. The empty feeling is your brain doing energy-saving mode, the same instinct that made an exhausted, sick, or starving body stop chasing and start conserving running in you right now. This wasn't a bug. Long before deadlines and group chats, pulling the reward dial down kept a depleted creature alive long enough to recover. The world sped up. The wiring didn't. It's protecting you with an old playbook. So the I feel nothing and I hate it? Flip the frame. It's not your soul leaving the building. It's a tired system whispering, "I'm rationing, just enough to keep the lights on, not enough to throw a party." And notice what that means. If the dial got turned down because the tank ran dry, then the dial can turn back up. This isn't a permanent rewrite of who you are. It's a state. States change. I want to say this part straight to you, because I've sat in that flat gray nothing myself. If a friend told you they were running on empty, you wouldn't call them broken. Give yourself that same line. This channel is me digging up the actual wiring behind the stuff we quietly blame ourselves for. One of these every week. If a specific kind of empty fits you, drop it below. I read them, and they become episodes. Okay? We've named it. We've found where it lives, and we've seen why your brain dims it on purpose. Now the question you actually clicked for, does this thing come back? And the answer is the best part. Here's the proof you needed and probably weren't expecting. Your ability to feel joy is physically intact. The hardware works. What changed is something smaller than broken. They measured it carefully. People deep in the emptiness sat lower to start, but when a real reward hit, their jump in good feeling was just as big as anyone's, and it faded at the same speed. Let that land. The machine that makes joy isn't smashed. It still spikes when something genuinely good lands. The floor just dropped. Your baseline sits low, so everything reads as flat from down there. Low battery, not dead wiring. This is the line I'd tattoo on the inside of my eyelids if I could. You are not numb forever, you are low. And low is a level, not a verdict. The dial is down, not ripped out. So how does the dial come back up? Not with a single perfect weekend or a forced just be positive. The research points somewhere quieter and more honest. The charge returns when the load comes off. The sensitivity to reward isn't a fixed trait stamped into you. It's a setting that tracks your state. It shifts as your stress shifts. Take the chronic weight off the system, and the wiring slowly answers back. And we can put a number on the hope. People followed for years after deep burnout. Most recovered. Around 2 and 3 came back to themselves. The ones who stayed stuck? Almost always still carrying the same heavy stressor. So the honest version isn't rest and you're cured. It's this. The battery charges when you stop draining it faster than it fills. Remove the ongoing load, the thing quietly running you down, and the dimmer has room to climb. So here's the smallest real move, not a life overhaul. Find the one thing pulling the most power. The relationship, the schedule, the worry-on loop, and take 10% off it this week. The dial responds to less load. And while the battery is low, stop demanding it run at full. Lower the bar on purpose. Good enough today isn't giving up. It's leaving fuel in the tank for the system to recharge instead of burning it on guilt. So let's redraw the whole picture. The emptiness was never you disappearing. It was a measurable dimming of a reward circuit, switched down by too much load, running an ancient program that says conserve to survive. Not a character flaw. Not a hole where a person used to be. A protective setting, doing what it evolved to do, buying a depleted system time to come back. The feeling is real. The conclusion you drew was wrong. I feel nothing, so I must be broken. Cross that out. Right instead, my reward circuit is running low and protecting me, and it climbs back when the load lifts. Same feeling. Completely different story about what it means. And I know the fear underneath all this, that this flat gray is the new permanent you. It isn't. A dimmed dial is the most reversible thing in the system. It's built to come back when the danger passes. One more honesty pass, because this channel lives on it. The emptiness isn't one single thing with one single cause. Reduced reward sensitivity shows up across a lot of conditions. It's a wide signal, not one specific verdict on you, which is exactly why I have to draw a line here, and I won't blur it. Everything I've described is the everyday running low version, the kind that lifts when life lets up. But if that flatness has held more than 2 weeks straight, and it's wrecking your sleep, your work, your basic self-care, or there are thoughts of hurting yourself that's past low battery, that's a sign to get help. I'm not here to diagnose you, and a cartoon on the internet can't. Reaching out isn't weakness, and it isn't admitting you're broken. It's the same move as charging a battery. You just plug into someone trained to help. For the everyday low, hold on to the real shape of it. The dimness is a state your brain can leave. It dropped the volume to protect a tired system, and the volume comes back when the system rests. So the next time the world goes quiet inside and the old joys land flat, you'll know what you're looking at. Not a person who broke, a battery that ran low, doing the ancient, sensible thing, turning down to survive. And knowing that changes how you wait. You're not waiting to magically become a different person, you're waiting for a charge. Taking load off, lowering the bar, letting the system breathe, that's the charging cable. The flatness lies to you. It whispers, this is who you are now, forever. But you've seen the wiring tonight. It's a reading on a low gauge, and gauges move. Don't sign the verdict the emptiness wants you to sign. Because here's the quiet, true thing under all of it. The part of you that can feel joy never left, it's sitting there, fully built, dimmed low, waiting for power to come back. You didn't lose it, you're conserving it. Same crew, same lights, same wiring you were born with, just turned down to ride out a hard stretch. Nothing in there is missing. Everything in there is rationing, and rationing ends when the supply comes back. So if you feel empty tonight, try hearing it differently. Not I'm broken, but I'm low, I'm protecting myself, and this turns back up. That's not a cope. That's the actual mechanism. Read honestly. Something small and good happens. A familiar song, a message from someone you love, and for the first time in a while, way down under the flat, a single faint note. Quiet, real, the volume beginning to come back. It won't all flood back at once, and it doesn't have to. The dimmer climbs slow, but that one faint note is the proof the wiring's intact, that the dial was only ever turned down, never torn out. If the empty hit close tonight, do me one favor. Be as kind to your low battery as you'd be to a friend's. And tell me below why do I feel like this? I should take apart next. One last small move before you go. Tonight, don't try to feel more. Just take one thing off the load. The feeling follows the fuel, not the reverse. Pull less on the battery, and the volume climbs on its own. You came in tonight scared the silence inside meant something was permanently gone. It didn't. It meant a tired, ancient system turned the world down to keep you safe while it recharges. Not a broken you. A protected one. The empty isn't the end of feeling, it's feeling rationed, wired to come back the second the load lifts. You're not broken, you're just wired different. I'm Milo.